Hi guys. Hello to the replay, because I don't think anyone's here yet, and that's fine. Just was bored and lonely, and thought some of you might be bored and lonely too. I'm having tea and I've got cookies in the oven. I'm making chocolate chip cookies with walnuts. Hey, Jaime, Jamie, Jaime. How are you? I hope you're doing well. It was great seeing you out protesting with Manning. I know it means a lot to Manning. It means a lot to me. I don't like it when he's out there by himself. It's nicer when you guys have each other's backs. You know, it's incredulous, or incredible, I guess would be a better word, to us that with a city the size of New York City, that there aren't more anti-Scientology protesters out there with you guys. You're up late, Jamie, Jamie. It's 11:15 for you. It's only 8:15 for me. And I got all the stuff I should be doing, and I don't know, struggling to get myself to do anything. And then I was like, well, I'll just watch something on YouTube or whatever, and there was nothing worth watching, nothing I felt like watching anyway. Tommy, hello, welcome in. Tommy, you reached one of my streams I don't make public. Just occasionally go on late night when I'm bored and lonely and chat with people and knit. And the language is a little spicier. I don't make these public hardly ever. So yeah, welcome in. You're a night owl. Well, it's not terribly late. It's only 11:15 for you, so it's not like super late. But yeah, I was bored. Nothing to watch. There's nothing good. And then I get so restless just watching something, so I have to do something else. And then sometimes it's hard to like physically do something and pay attention to watching something. And I thought, let's go on. I'm making cookies, Tommy. I'm having a cup of tea and I have cookies in the oven. I'm not making a full batch. I made it ahead of time, and then right now I just have it in the fridge. But a good hack if you live alone and don't want a full batch of cookies, you just occasionally want a hot, fresh cookie because you're like me and don't like to eat processed foods, but don't want to make a whole batch of cookies. Make it ahead of time. You can scoop it into cooking segments, like portion it out, freeze it, and then just grab 3 out of the freezer and pop it in the oven, and you can have three hot, fresh cookies. Not have to feel like, oh God, I don't want to make a batch of cookies because I don't want all these cookies. Well, you don't have to have all of them. You can just have 3. Chocolate chip. Yeah, with walnuts. They're, I'm gluten-free, Tommy. Tommy's kind of new, guys. So I'm gluten-free, so I replaced the flour with just cocoa powder and made them chocolate cookies with chocolate chips and walnuts. You'll see them. They'll be out soon. I have to go check on them pretty soon. I don't want to burn them. Don't want to burn them. I'm bored, Tommy. What are you up to today? I don't know where you are, Tommy. You don't have to tell me, though. I can knit. I need to make a vest for my little Sea Org member. He's a liar, so he's got a Pinocchio nose. And I need him for a Winter Wonderland sketch, so I do need to get going on his vest to make him look more Sea Org-like. Oh, he's falling over on me. So that's something I could work on. I've got videos I could be working on, but I'm kind of burned out. I've made so many videos. And one did really well. The one I released last night got 1,400 hits. And then the 2 I did today, like 50. I think the Lara one got 80 some. So you never know how they're gonna go. It's just some of it's timing. You know, not a morning person. Never will be a morning person. Yeah, I like to go out for a morning swim. I like to get up early, and I do like to stay up late, so sometimes I take naps. And I took a nap today, so I'm restless today. But yeah, I really wanted to go out for a morning swim, and the water's contaminated from all the rain runoff from the streets. So the bacteria levels are too high to go out swimming right now. So I couldn't go swimming. I probably won't be able to go swimming for a couple of days. And I'm used to that physicality and that mental reset too of being in the cold water. And it was cold this morning. I was just had talked myself into, yeah, let's get out, let's do it. And then I thought, oh yeah, it's been raining. I should check see what beach closures there are. And all up and down the coast was red dots and yellow dots. And I swam in a red dot accidentally once and got super sick. And then I swam in a yellow dot accidentally once because of being stupid and not checking the beach closures. And they put up the signs after I swam. Like both times I get out of the water and they're putting up the signs. So I just missed the warning. Anyway, I got sick that time, but not as bad as the first time. Water temperature, I'm not sure. Last I checked, it was around 64, 63, but that's less important than the air temperature, the combination of the two. Like you can tolerate 64-degree water just fine if it's 80 degrees and the sun's beating down on you. It feels refreshing and it's fine. But if it's also 60 degrees outside and it's windy and overcast, that suddenly that 63, 64-degree water feels freezing. So it was pretty cold this morning, but I don't know what the water temperature was. I didn't look. Seal Bilf! And Bilf, I owe you another one of those because last time you came in, I didn't do it. And I did do it again the next stream, but you weren't there. So I thought, well, maybe he'll catch it on replay, but you probably didn't because most of my videos are privated. So, Seal Bilf! I gotta go, though. I smell the cookies. I don't want to burn them. I'll be right back. I gotta let them cool down. So, but chocolate chip cookies to go with my tea. I made a few more, but I just left them on the tray to cool in there, and these will cool in here so I can eat them. Now, what does it say? Sadly, we won't get any cookies. I'm sorry, they smell so good. I haven't had one yet, but I ate some of the cookie dough. And I had one yesterday. They're pretty good. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Cookie, 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 cookie starts with C. Num, 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 num. Bill, you're a poet. You're a poet. You and Cookie Monster know a good word turn. I can turn a phrase. My brain's not working. You'd think I'd been drinking. I haven't. I'm just having tea. It's Earl Grey with a little bit of cream in it and a little bit of raw sugar. So, what is up with you guys? I'm worried about No Face. I didn't stay till the end of his stream, Bill. I'm worried about No Face. No Face is struggling. He's struggling. I'm worried about him. Okay, here's one of those questions. It gives me a suggestion. I'm going to put one up. I've never done it. What's the weirdest thing in your fridge? Let me think. What's the weirdest thing in my fridge that you guys would find weird? Probably some of my health food stuff you guys would find weird, but I can't think of anything that stands out to me as weird. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anything weird going on in your fridges? Honestly, we're just lucky to have fridges with things in them. Things in them. So tomorrow's Thursday. I don't think there's any meetings tomorrow. At least not that I'm aware of. No one's answering me. Probably everyone left. They're like, okay, this is boring. She's not drunk tonight. I don't like that question in the middle of the screen. I'm taking it down. It was a idea. Won't let me. How do I do that? I can move it around. Anyway, I don't like it. Won't be doing that again. I could ask my own dumb questions. Although, I mean, I is a conversation starter. So there's that. Blah, blah, blah. No faces, beard, hair. Friday the 13th, LOL. What's like Friday the 13th? Feeling unlucky? I should probably do something that's more channel related than just knitting. Although I do need to get the Christmas knitting done. Maybe we should work on the Godinez puppet. I need to make him a little Sea Org vest. And I need an idea for the puppet sketch. That was actually why I decided to go on, because I was reviewing some old footage and I came across the last one I did like this, and it was like weeks ago, like a month ago. And I was working on the Godinez puppet, or asking for ideas for him at any rate. Let's think about this. Where is the fabric for his little vest? It might be in here. Oop, dropping stuff. Might be in here. Let's see. And it is. Got the blue. It's close enough to navy blue. And I got this for the silver, and it's shiny, but it's not exactly silver. It's shiny gray, but it'll work. It'll be fine. And then for anyone curious, the only other things in this little box is I have my Keroppi pencil bag full of colored pencils. And I have a felting kit for felting. I got it for felting that felt gnome mushroom house that I made for Parodiatology. Well, I made it for a sketch and gave it to Parodiatology and his mom for her little blue gnome. And little gnome's right here. We'll put him back here. He got moved. Put him back there. I should turn on this light. I don't know if it adds much, but for some reason in my mind it does. If I can find the damn toggle switch for it. Which apparently, no, I cannot. Oh, here it is. It's not a toggle switch. It's the other kind that turns, rotates. All right, let's make a Sea Org vest for this guy. Because Christmas is fast approaching, And I've had a year to do this and haven't. And we're going to need a little Sea Org vest for him to do a Christmas Wonderland sketch. Still don't really know where that's going. I don't have a joke for that. Getting out my sewing box. I'm gonna move it though somewhere as I drop stuff. A little more accessible. Nope, won't fit there. Okay, I'll just put it behind me. My bed is behind me. So I got a lot of this blue material. I don't need very much. But you can only buy certain size. This is like a 1/4 yard, I believe. Maybe a 1/2 yard. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 1/2 yard. So, he's not very big. I'm gonna take, oh, what fell on him? Cord for my microphone. I'm gonna take his nose out, or no, I'll just push it up so I can lay him down. So, I don't need much. 38 days till Christmas? Is knitting your favorite hobby? I'd have to say pre-SPTV maybe, but I really enjoy the YouTubing stuff. I knit a lot. I know I'm boring. I'm just a boring, lonely person, Tommy. Not exciting. Although once in a while I'll drink or vape on stream, and those are the ones I private. Or just mentioning it like now will probably make me private this one. So, but yeah, let's see. I should make a little pattern. Make a little pattern out of paper first. I'm a total hermit, Tommy. I'm home by myself all the time. So I was bored and lonely, and I thought, you know, maybe some of you guys are bored and lonely and might come in and keep me company. I think I'll try a cookie now. They've cooled off enough. I don't know, can you even see the cookies? The light isn't very good. Let's see, is that better? Of course, it's hard for me to tell because I have on dark glasses. All right, they're good. They're good. I have some tea with it. Why would I time out you? Did you say something naughty? I don't think I have any mods here. I thought Belf was a mod. Belf, I can make you a mod, or Jamie, Jamie, in case Tommy gets bad. Or was it timing out you for the other day? Yeah, I don't usually. You know, it's funny, when I'm on a protesters stream, I'm more likely to time you out than I am on my own stream. But when I'm representing someone else or working for someone else, I feel like I need to be a little more vigilant on things, especially protesters, because they can't afford any negative associations with them while they're protesting particularly. But you could pretty much say whatever the F you want in my stream, especially since I private most of them anyways. What was I gonna say? Oh, and I almost never block people. Like, whatever, hate watch me. You'll be good? All right. All right. Oh, hi. Hey, Carrie Ann. No, I'm fine, Carrie Ann. I'm bored and lonely. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I missed Pup Groomer. I hope she's doing well. See, normally, Tommy, a lot of us would be going to pup groomers in like an hour, and that would be people I could chat with and not feel so bored and lonely. And without her going on, I'm more bored and lonely than I was before. I want to take this stupid question off. It's so annoying. I don't know how to do it though. I've never done it before and it doesn't want to let me. Oh, drag here to end. There we go. Got it. It's gone now. No one answered it anyway. I didn't even answer it. I couldn't think of anything that's particularly weird. I'm sure there's something in there you guys would find weird that I eat or use, but I can't think of anything that stands out. What's driving you crazy? So yeah, I don't block people hardly ever. I'm trying to think of anyone I've blocked on my own channel. I don't think I've ever blocked anyone on my own channel. Even some people I don't like, I haven't blocked. It's like, go ahead and hate watch me. What do I care? And then, but I have blocked like maybe 2. I mean, that's how little I block people. I've blocked maybe 2 people for streamers, but I verify that they're actually trolls before I block them. Even ones that are obvious trolls, but that aren't being too rude. I usually just time them out. I don't block people. It's like, what do I care? As long as I don't have to listen to them, they can stay and watch. I don't care. So I have a tendency to give you a warning. I'll delete your comment. That's really should be your first warning. But I'll delete the comment and give a warning. And if you do it again, I'll say, I warned you once. If it's not too bad, I'll say, I warned you once. You do it again, I'm timing you out. And then I'll just time them out. Usually they apologize and I don't ever get to that second warning. And if they're really rude, they don't get any warning. Or if they're just a little bad, they'll get 1 warning and then I'll time them out. But it depends on how hectic the stream is too. Like if there's 12,000 people in the chat, I might not have time to give you a warning. You might just get a timeout. Penelope, hello. What are you thanking me for? Oh, it's Penelope's birthday? I am not keeping up with chat. Happy birthday, Penelope Dubois. Congratulations. I hope you're at having a great day. I took the what down? Took the question down? Oh, yeah, it was annoying. I'm not into it. I thought I'd try it. Thought it might be a good conversation starter, but I couldn't think of anything, and then no one else commented on it, and I was like, ugh, just remove it. If the troll presents as Antics will send me to TP their house. That's true. I've done that numerous times now, and he always follows through, so be aware. Belf has an endless supply of toilet paper. Blah. I'm not afraid of you. Well, you should be. Belf's a badass. He's tall, too, so he could probably take you. Not that I'm advocating violence. Drinking tea, making cookies and knitting and sewing a vest, that doesn't seem like someone who's going to be advocating violence. I mean, my channel name has Mama in the title. That should tell you a little about me. You should be able to get a pretty good read from me on my channel just by my name. Antics, I like to do silly fun things. Mama, I'm nurturing and motherly and compassionate. And Squirrel, I am SP. Oh, you're not afraid of me, Tommy? No, you shouldn't be. I'm the nicest mod out there. You should be afraid of Scooter Mom. She will wield that wrench, and she does most of the blocking and stuff when we mod together. I like to drop links and just greet everybody and that sort of thing. She doesn't put up with shenanigans, and she will she will wield her wrench and block you or time you out. I just usually time out, not Bilf. Yeah, you should be afraid of Bilf. That's smart. Don't be afraid of me, be afraid of Bilf. Alright, let's figure this vest situation out. It doesn't have to be very big. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't pattern design, and I certainly don't pattern design for puppets. But let's just draw the front of a vest. That seems about the right size. Let's try it. I think it might have to go a little bit taller to reach through to the other side. So let's just go up a little. I can always take it down. And I need a little bit of seam allowance, so I'll go a little out. Yeah, see, it needs to be a little bit taller still. Yeah, let's just do it over again. Make it a little taller and a little bit longer. I should have held it up to him more because his shirt's so long. I don't want his shirt hanging out underneath the vest. So I need it to be at least as long as this, plus seam allowance, so about to here. It was way too short, and I'll do it just, there's grooves in this, which is not ideal. Just go a little, yeah, it doesn't want to let me do a straight line. All right, I'll do a little over. That looks massive, but I had it so small the other time. Better massive, I can cut it down. I'll do it a little bit bigger than what I think I'll need. I need the armhole to go down lower. And then a little bit lower still. In other words, if I didn't have this stream going, I probably wouldn't be working on this. I'd be like, it'll wait. And I wanted to get it done. So this is a good opportunity for me to get the shit done. And I made it come over too far because I need seam allowance, and same with the top. It needs to meet in the back and come down. I don't need the back to even look good. And then this is extra for shaping and fitting. So, but I think that's good. I think that's a good size. Let me read chat. Do your thing. I time you out all the time. So you come in as other names and get feisty? Is that what you're saying? Do your thing. Speaking of timeouts, where's Papa Smurf? I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. He had flu, but he should be over that by now. His poor pup passed away. Sparks. His dog Sparks passed away. So I hope he's doing well. Papa Smurf. You know him? poor doll has a dagger in his head. Yeah, that's to make him a Pinocchio sort of puppet. Like, it's hard to... Let's see if I can go up a little. So his nose grows whoop because he lies. Because he's in the Sea Org, and they think it's fine to lie, cheat, steal, do anything that they want against the law or against ethics, because they think they're doing it for the betterment of mankind. And Godinez is who this Sea Org member... This is just a generic Sea Org member. It's not supposed to be Godinez, but I kind of... It's hard to hold it here because if I hold him straight, he's like way up in the camera. So he's got to lean back a bit. I did it after Godinez because Godinez's 2 daughters tried to escape the Scientology building months and months ago, maybe a year ago. Yeah, it was almost exactly a year ago. His 2 daughters ran from the Scientology building and begged a neighbor for help, begged them not to call the police because they're like, the police will just take us right back. And then anyway, I don't know what ended up happening with them because it's a child case, and of course they're not going to give specifics on it. But with Godinez, people were saying, calling him a Scientologist, and he's like, I'm not a Scientologist, I'm not a Scientologist. No, he's not a Scientologist. He just happens to be staying at the blue buildings, walking back and forth between the buildings with course booklets. And then a week later showed up at the Winter Wonderland recruitment fundraiser, whatever. It's not even a fundraiser. It's just a recruitment event that they have on Hollywood the weeks leading up to Christmas and during the Christmas parade, the winter parade. Taking a sip of my water. And so, yeah, he's not a Scientologist. He just takes courses with Scientology, has his daughters locked in the blue building at Scientology, and worked the Winter Wonderland Festival for Scientology. Oh, but no, he's not a Scientologist. So we're like, he's a lying sack of shit. So I made a Pinocchio puppet for the lying, and this is what Godinez's hair looks like to me in puppet form, with a little bald spot, which will never be seen on the video probably, but everyone here that comes to my channel for these late night streams has seen it because I love it. I think it's so adorable, his little comb over on his bald spot, because Godinez is balding. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just means you have high testosterone, and most women could care less if you're balding. That means nothing to us. It's not like we want to braid your hair, you know? So it doesn't think it's more vanity for a man than it is a thing for women. Bald is sexy, so nothing wrong with balding. But anyway, I thought it was super cute. His little comb over and balding hair, and his little fringe. But other than that, he's pretty nondescript. He's just meant to be a Sea Org member, not specifically Godinez, but he needs a Sea Org vest. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a Sea Org vest for our Godinez puppet. But no, he's not a Scientologist. Just happens to spend a heck of a lot of time at Scientology Central. Coincidentally. It's just all a coincidence. It's a coincidence he's got course books and he's going from building to building, and worked at the Winter Wonderland Festival. Just a coincidence. Trying to get this lined up right and cut. It's hard to do. I should have pinned it, especially since I'm trying to do it on camera. What does it say? Poor doll is dagger in his head. I read that. Hubbard used to talk about doll bodies. Yeah, that's true. What do you do with the dolls? I do some silly puppet sketches from time to time, Tommy. Tommy, so if I've timed you out, are you someone else that I would know? Doesn't matter. Like I said, even people I don't like are free to come hate watch and harass me. I don't give a shit. Be you. Do your thing. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Everyone on here is a stranger to me to some extent. And I'd like to say, hi Adam. Nice to see you. But I do silly puppet sketches from time to time, Tommy. Didn't quite go through. There's a little piece here. There we go. All right, there's the start of a vest. And again, I made it big because I need to allow for seam allowance and such. And you can always cut it back. It's harder to try to add fabric later. But that looks like a good size to work with. So let's do the other side. Matching, you'd think, oh, you just gotta flip it over, but this fabric's the same on both sides, so it doesn't matter. But I am gonna flip it over just so the waist fabric is better position. Nah, I'll do it this way. Yeah, this fabric doesn't have a right and wrong side, unlike the silver, but the silver's for the back, so it's just going to be one piece anyway. It's basically going to be the same, except cut out as all one piece, and I don't have to leave the seam allowance, so I can make it slightly smaller. Why did I throw that piece aside when I need it? Still, so I'm gonna have to iron it if I cut there, but I think it'll end up in the seam allowance actually, so I think it's fine. You know, I talk a brave game, but I do get nervous about you people watching me and about comments you guys make sometimes. Because I happen to be afraid of men. People in general, not so much, but men specifically, yes, I'm afraid of you. So, because of that, I haven't been doing the beach streams anymore. My channel's getting too big. I'm getting too much attention on me with the public works calls. I figured it's time to dial back my public streaming, but I thought I could still stream from my desk. I could still do the public works calls and the cute shorts I do, but you won't see me out at the beach hardly ever anymore, especially since the last one blew up my favorite beach spot. Or at least it was my favorite for streaming like that. It's not my favorite for swimming at. But the lifeguard announced which beach I was at. I was like, how dare you dox my beach like that? Come on, cut through. But that's another reason why I private these streams. I reveal way too much personal shit. Like, I shouldn't have told you any of that. But whatever, it's already done. Sky, hi. Antic, what's your name? My name is Antics. You just said it. Skyfire, hi all. Adam Carmona, Punch, and Shelley would be Scientology. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny, Adam. Adam's our, I would say resident comedian, but honestly, he's more of a witicist than a comedian. He's cleverly funny. He's very clever. Same with Bilf. Bilf is super smart and funny too, like Adam. I love a smart, funny person. That's my type, typically, as far as people go. Not necessarily for dating, but... So, we're getting a vest started. This curled up a little. It's not super straight, but it's fine. It's fine for a puppet. Anyway, let's cut out the back of his vest and then just start trying to piece it together. Figure it the F out. So this fabric does have a front and back. It's shiny, although it's not picking up on camera. See, Tommy, it's questions like that that make me nervous. People ask me my name. It's like, what the frick do you care what my name is? My name's Antics. That's as much as you need to know. There are people in this community who know my name. There are a few people in this community that have my phone number. And there are a few people in this community that even have photos of me. But they're very few. And I had to know them for like a year and a half before I trusted anyone to do that. Because I'm super protective of myself. I try not to repeat what I hear on different streams, but I also mostly stay in the same community. Yeah, like Sky's probably heard my name before. Adam probably knows my name. Bill probably knows my name because I have accidentally said it. I've accidentally shown myself. I've revealed too much from time to time. Anyway, I'm finishing that first cookie. I sent an email out once that when I replied ended up coming from my private email, and doxed myself that way. I did that with Scooter Mom. Luckily, Scooter Mom was safe and trustworthy. But I've met with people. I've met with Manning. I've met with Tori. I've met with Lara FM. I met with, who else? Angry Gay Pope, and Ashley, and Audit LA. Yeah, that's it. It's hard to cut like this around the camera, so I'm gonna pull it towards me and cut it out. Not even try to do it on camera because I don't want to have it too janky. It's already a little janky because I'm not buying a McCall's or Buttericks or Vogue pattern here. I'm just winging it for a freaking puppet. And you know what, Tommy? Even if I felt like you were someone that should be blocked, what's the point? You'd just make another profile and harass me that way. So why bother? Why bother? Just make a new profile and have a new one to bother me from. so doesn't matter. So like there was one that came around that my mods have blocked a few times, and I just go back in and unblock him. I'm like, what's the point? At least I know who this one is. So, all right. I wish this was shinier, but it's not, and it's what I have, and it will do. So let's pin the sides together. But yeah, there's people that make me nervous that I kind of am wary of. But the thing is, it doesn't do me any good to be wary of them, because what, I'm only supposed to be careful when I see them in chat? What about all the times they watch me and they're lurking and they're not in chat? So, but yeah, that's the main reason I'm not going to be doing any live streams from the beach anymore, guys. It makes me nervous. And I have a few that have reached out that have made me nervous. But no threats, nothing to worry about. It's just I'm abundantly cautious, maybe. My life experiences have made me abundantly cautious, but also I was raised by a cop. So I'm very aware of my vulnerabilities and weak points and keep them in mind. And my kids aren't really thrilled with the live streaming because I am a vulnerable person and I am out alone. So I'm gonna do more knitting and more silly puppet videos and more AI and support videos, and hardly any beach streams anymore. Particularly it feels vulnerable to me because I'm not even wearing clothes. I'm out there in a bathing suit. That feels very vulnerable to me and makes me nervous. And it's like, why put myself through that? So, Tommy, if you had designs to come after me, good luck. Good luck. All right, so now I need needle and thread. And because I'm a nervous person, it doesn't take much for me to get my guard up and counter correct, course correct. But it won't stop me. Won't stop me. Still gonna do this shit. Just going to do it a little bit smarter. And a little less routinely. And pre-announced. And just, yeah, do it in a more safe manner. But it won't stop me. I'm too stubborn, and I enjoy the, what's the word I'm looking for? I enjoy the activism. I enjoy the slightly, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Slightly rebellious, slightly anarchistic, slightly, just basically I like being an SP. It's fun. Troublemaker. I like being a little bit of a troublemaker. Team Antics. Hey, Sharon. Gotta be safe. Yep. Anon Sparrow was my favorite protester of the anonymous era. I didn't really follow it. Was too busy being a mom at the time. Found out about it like at the end when it was like all wrapping up. AGP, total legend. Yep. Antics, Anticson. Yep. You got it right. Try not to repeat what I hear. Yep, I read that. Okay, so I'm almost caught up. I don't remember names in real life. I've known coworkers for years and I don't know their names. Sky, I'm the same. I like write my neighbors' names down after I meet them because I'll never remember their names. And you see them every day or you see them all the time. Like you'll see them for 5 years and after 5 years of saying hi to them, you can't just say, "What's your name?" So I write them down. It's the only way I can remember them. Gotta be safe. I read that. My fear is that Scientology will find out I don't always wash my hands after going #1. Oh, Belf, I won't tell a soul. Don't worry. Team Shartix. Hey, Sharon. Good to see you. Hey, Belf. Belf, they'll nail 8.99 feces to your neighbor's door. Ugh. Oh, my word to sleep time. I don't know. On my way to sleep time. Figured I'd come by and say hi, howdy. Thank you, Sharon. That's nice. I give up these typos today. Sleep well, Sharon. Thank you, Sky. Love hugs and mushy stuff. I love that, Sharon. She's so cute. That's why we're Team Shartix. Ugh. Will I be able to see to do this? This is going to be a challenge for me to thread this needle. It's blue, navy blue thread, and it's dark in here, and I've got on my blue glasses. But success, I did it. I did it. Yeah, I used the wrong name in the wrong space. I know. Like the few people that do know my name, I'm like, please don't say my name. Just call me Antics because I don't want you to get used to calling me my name and then accidentally say it on a stream. That's how I found out Sunrise Dawn's name. Someone was just saying it. It's like, you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, there's a few of them. Did I turn the oven off? I'm gonna go check. Make sure I did, because I'm not so sure that I did. Grabbed another cookie, and I had not turned it off. I just had this hunch that I hadn't because I could smell the cookies still, and it just feels warmer in here. And I was like, wait a minute. I grabbed the cookies so fast because I was doing the stream and forgot to turn it off. Ganja! Gigi, I've missed you. I wish Fat Grammy or you were still doing the morning calls. I only do it because I know like there's people that want to follow it, and I want to see all of it and catch it all. have those people see it. But Ganja Girl is so much better at it than me. She could at least screen share. And I miss Fat Grammy doing it. So anytime, babe, anytime you want to start that up again, I'll be happy to stop doing it myself. Ganja Girl had the best, well, she often has really, really good public comments that she gives, but she had the best one, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, I guess it was now. It was so good, I had to go clip it, and I put it up, and I just think it was brilliant. She said something about the slave labor being, it's not religious services, it's modern day servitude, and I just thought that was brilliant. You've been too busy for that in the process of mourning. Oh, okay. Moving. You're in the process of moving. Also had to find a new job. Oh, gotcha. That is a lot. That's a lot of life change. Moving is one of the most stressful things you can do. Don't give you a big head. No, I really appreciate you. We haven't always agreed on everything, but you've never been anything but kind and respectful to me. And, I really appreciate that. It really goes a long way. I don't have to agree with everything my friends say and think. You're not always going to agree with everyone. People have their own lives and their own backstories that lead them to different conclusions. Does that mean they're any more right or wrong than I am? No, they're entitled to their own thoughts and their own beliefs. Like who you want to watch. Like who you want to like, think what you want to think. Everyone's entitled to come to their own conclusions and have their own, I'm sorry, I'm like distracted and not saying that well, but you know what I mean. Like in real life, do I have to agree with everything, like for instance, my kids think? No, you're not going to. Who cares? Who cares? You can still be respectful, you can still be kind, you can still work with the person. So I don't understand why people are like, and I won't name names, and there's lots of people, I'm not even thinking of one specific person, that think, oh, well, I have a problem with this person, so you have to have a problem with this person, and you have to not like this person. And it's like, fuck you. I have my own thoughts and opinions on people, and I'm gonna like and not like who I want to. Like, I can have friends that are on a different side of the political spectrum of me. I don't, like in real life, with politics. I don't have to agree with everything people think and do. I just don't. Which is, good and bad. I've gotten a lot of heat in real life, too, about that, because they're like, oh, if you're on my side, you can't be on their side, and it's like, you're both assholes, so fuck off. And that doesn't go over so well. I'm an asshole, too. I'm pretty darn good at it. Pretty good at it. Let's take that needle out. I'm not good at this hand sewing though, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to look perfect. It's going to be in a puppet video. And I've already fucked up. No, we're good. I was like, am I sewing it to the wrong side? No, we're good. I am making a mess of this. It's really hard to see the thread in this lighting. And then I'm wearing dark blue glasses. Where's my other glasses? That might be better. Yeah, put on my other glasses. That's much better. Ah, now I can see. Crazy how that works. Yeah, I always think it's funny when people don't get me and like they know I maybe side with a specific person that they don't like, and then so they feel like they have to block me, and it's like, I'm not going to cause you any trouble. I could care less. It's not my circus, not my monkeys, not my problem what their issue is with you or with someone else that you maybe support. It's like none of my business. I'm just going to keep on keeping on. But it cracks me up. It's like, okay, well, that person doesn't know me well enough to know that I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm just here to support the protester. All right, well, that's not pulling through, but I'm going to leave it because it's fine. It's not going to make a difference in the long run because it's on the inside, and it's better to have the thread doubled maybe anyway. Like, I had someone block me last week because I went in to someone's chat that I guess they thought I was there to cause trouble. And it's like, no, actually, just I like this person and want to support this person. I could care less that they like and support someone else that you think I have big issues with, or that maybe I do have big issues with. But that doesn't mean I have an issue with that person. There's a number of them that I support that support people I don't like. I'm not that person. I'm not about that. First thing, if someone tells me, oh, you can't like this person because of X, Y, and Z, you'll be the first person I drop. Because it's like, no, I don't think you get to tell me. And that person's not asking that, not demanding that of me. So which one should I support and like? It won't be you. It'll be the other person who's not making demands of me, not telling me what to think and do. It's like, I can make that decision for myself. Thank you very much. I'm rambling. You guys, I don't know how you put up with me. I should put on music or something when I'm like this so I'm not just rambling, or at least read the chat. But it's hard to read the chat and sew at the same time. I'm just doing a basic back stitch. I don't know why. It doesn't have to be, I need to leave a little room there for folding that under. It doesn't have to be super sturdy. It's not like it's a seam that's going to get a lot of rugged wear. It's just going to be put around him, not be moved around within like real clothing. But that was what I chose to do, was a back stitch. Which, for those that aren't sewers, that's a more reinforced stitch than a basic straight stitch. So I did it as if it was a real seam, even though I did a really crappy job of it. I didn't do a neat job at all, but I did a reinforced stitch as if it's going to be worn. Funny. I'm missing stuff. Ganja's saying stuff. Oh yeah, that's the thing, Ganja. I totally love and respect you, and we do agree. We probably agree on 99% of everything, you know? It's just 1%. People get bent out of shape on 1%. I'm like, why do you care that 1% is different when you agree on 99%? Just focus on the task at hand. Just like focus on the things you do agree on. Who gives a shit that you disagree on one thing? Who cares? How does that affect you? You're losing a really good person maybe in your life just because of 1%. So I got far more important things to worry about than that 1%. And if the other 99%, that you find them amazing and they're supporting you and they want to, like in our community's instance, if they want to fight to take down Scientology, it's like, you can't overlook 1%. What is the freaking problem with you? Because get over your damn self. I should have cut a little neck gap in the back. It's on a freaking puppet. I can always pin it in place. It's not like it has to even, not like it needs neck comfort. Anyway, Ganja, I'm making a Sea Org vest for my, I should stop talking about the bullshit. For my God Inez Winter Wonderland Sea Org member puppet that I've been talking about for a year and told Fat Grammy like back in last December I was going to do. He's a lying Pinocchio because God Inez is a liar. So that's my little Sea Org puppet. So I gotta make a Sea Org vest, and I'm not a great sewer. And I'm just hand stitching this, and I have to trim the armhole, and then I'll fix that better and seam the bottom. But I think it'll be fine, especially just for a puppet. Let's try it on him now. Get your arm in there. Yeah. It's obviously a little bigger because I wanted seam allowance so I can fold it under, and sew it. And this I wish was a shinier silver, but it's shiny enough. It's shiny enough. And I had to make it super long because I made his shirt so long. But I'll take that up. But I wanted to leave lots of room in case I needed to cut some back. It's easier to cut some back than it is to try to reattach fabric once you've cut it. But that's what I'm working on, Ganja. I want to do a Winter Wonderland puppet sketch like I told Fat Grammy I was going to do a year ago, and then I just had so much shit going on at Christmas. I never got it done last year. So I was like, oh, I'll do it for next Christmas. And then here it is, closing in on Winter Wonderland, and I still haven't even finished the damn vest. And it's such a small little garment, and it doesn't have to be perfect since it's just for a puppet. And I'm like, okay, let's get the damn thing done finally. Do the thing. So I'm on here live because it kind of forces my hand to do the damn thing. And now I'm gonna look at chat and see what I missed again. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you went to Madame Tussauds with someone you know? That's cool. I've never been to Madame Tussauds. I'd love to go. Adam Carmona says, just to be safe, I call everyone Lionel Billingsley the third? Yeah, third. I've been way too busy for that. Yep. Like, it's not my drama. Like, someone said, oh, did you know blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, because I don't watch that person's stream, so why do I care? Moving, new job. Okay, I had read all that. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Yep. His name is my name, too. That's cool, Sky. I don't know if you knew that. Graham Waymore now. Yep. I've wanted to step up in regards to doing something for a long time. I'm happy that I now have a way, even if it's just by giving views. Sky, you don't know. I mean, that is good. But just being here in chat, encouraging me, being supportive, that's huge for me. It fuels me. It keeps me going. So you are a big help, whether you realize it or not. So many people I've never interacted with have blocked me just because someone... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'll hear someone say, oh, this is what I've been told. I won't say who said it, but they're like, and Antics is friends with all the shitbags. And it's like, what, I can't be friendly to people? I'm kind, respectful, and friendly to people? And so now I'm blocked by certain people for being friendly to people that they don't like. And it's like, whatever, that sounds like a you problem. And yeah, it's like, if they only knew that the people that they were calling shitbags, most of them aren't who they think these other people assume they are just because they go to someone's stream. Sometimes they've got questions, or they're watching, or they're taking notes, or they're just curious. It's nothing about them being one of the quote-unquote shitbags or whatever. Or maybe they're questioning things and on their way out. I mean, or going along to get along. You know, I mean, I won't mention names again. There's certain streamers that just went along to get along because they happen to be in the same town as people you don't like that you're talking shit about, and yet you're throwing them under the same bus. It's like, why are you holding someone else responsible for this other person's doings? Makes no sense to me. It sounds like cult mentality to me. So the people calling out one side for being cult-like are being very culty. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So I'd rather stay in the middle with the people that are getting shit done, just trying to keep their head down and get shit done and are being respectful and kind, such as Audit LA and Fat Grammy and Ganja and all of those people. I'm not saying that those are the people they were saying were shitbags, but anyway. And it also, it's like you're saying I'm friends with shitbags. Oh, so you mean my viewers? So I'm supposed to like not have the viewers that you don't like because why? So I'm supposed to just get rid of my viewers? It's like they're supporting me. They've been kind to me. So because you don't like them, I'm supposed to trash and ditch all my all my friends and my viewers. It's like, yeah, doesn't work like that. I'm not in that cult. So many people I've never interacted with block me. Yep, I read that part. I go into chats and and see people talking to people I can't see. Oh yeah, I had that, like I said, just like last week. I went into certain streamers' chat just to shout them out and give them support, and someone else saw me and blocked me, and so now I can't see that person. There's people on both sides of this. All sides of the spectrum that have blocked me because they've seen me be nice and friendly. Because I will literally say hi to anyone in chat who says hi to me. And I'm kind to everyone and nice to everyone. And I'm just a friendly person. So yeah, I've been blocked by people just by saying hi. Whatever. Tells me more about you than anything. Keep rambling. You have a soothing voice regardless of the words coming out. Ganja, that's so sweet. I've had a couple people tell me that. Like one person was complaining about me rambling on. I'm like, but wait a minute, you said you liked my voice and you liked hearing me just ramble on. So it gets old, is what I'm trying to say. It eventually wears on you because I ramble way too much. You can make him a little hat out of stiff felt. Do the Seal wear hats? I mean, they do when they're formally dressed, but I don't think in general for like Winter Wonderland, I don't think they do. Always better to make too big. Yes, exactly. You can always take it in a little. There's a stream I don't watch because I dislike the feel of the chat. I got no trouble with anyone there, just not my groove. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you don't go to certain streams. Uh, like, okay, this is maybe a good example, or maybe it'll cause divisiveness, but I love Streets LA. I think he's amazing. I almost never watch his streams. I like going to the calmer, sedate protesters, the calmer, smaller channels, because then I can get into chat and just be silly and talk with my friends. Streets chats go by so freaking fast. Who can keep up with it? And it's just too much for me. I mean, I'm like low stress seizure girl here. I can't handle it. So even though I support and like him, and there's other ones that are just like that I support and like, but it doesn't mean I necessarily even watch their channel. I just like, I'd rather go to a really slow, easy stream that's quieter. So, but that doesn't mean I don't support these other people. I think Streets is amazing. I know he can be divisive with a few people too. There's a few people that disagree with me, but I see him as compassionate, smart, and funny. I know he gets aggressive and a little riled up though, and his chat is moving by so fast that I just haven't watched him as much. But I need to maybe revisit that because I'm missing out so much by not. And I do think he's great. But, you know, and then there's other people that it's the same thing. I might like and support their mission and their content, but I don't necessarily go into their chats. I don't necessarily watch all their streams. I don't even try. I'd rather support some of the smaller channels. that it's less rowdy and less going by so quickly. It's kind of like I go back and forth in my head. I was like, I definitely don't want my channel to get that big because it's going to take away some of the aspects that I like best about being a small channel, such as uh, being able to interact with chat and with my friends and not have it get chaotic, not have to worry as much about bullshit I say. You know, there's something to be, and then the feeling of being unsafe or insecure because someone's going to watch your stream and then try to go find you at the beach or something. You know, so there's something to be said about these small channels feeling comfortable to me and safe to me. And it's one of the reasons why I keep so many of my streams private. It's like, no, that was just a private conversation I was having that night with some friends. I don't need it to be on the internet forever. It's like having a family Zoom call. And then I've even been supportive of people that I don't watch at all because maybe I do have a problem with them, but I don't have to get into it. I don't have to let that occupy my mind and time. I could still be supportive because of the things that they do that's good. And I can't name names. I kind of want to name examples because it's like, oh, this would be a good example. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because there's people that I've seen do some really dumb shit and that I think they're bullies or aggressive, male and female. Don't assume you know who I'm talking about. And yet, like when it comes to other things they do, I think they're great. And so I support them still, even though like I don't watch their shit. I don't even want to interact with them. But that doesn't mean I can't support the good things that they do. Ganja, you have such a unique voice too. It's comforting to me to hear your voice. Especially since I see all the amazing things you say and do. All right. We're getting there, guys. Now I just need to figure out the neck, seam up the front and the bottom. The neck's gonna be the hardest, and the armholes. Neck and the armholes are gonna be the worst to do. Let's just do the bottom for now, because that'll be easiest. Save the worst for last, I guess. And honestly, it's not like it has to be nicely sewn. It just has to be tucked under and tacked down. Looks like shit right now, but I have a vision. I have a vision. It'll be okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I could just tack this down. I don't even have to put on fake buttons or anything. Every time I'm like, I'm just gonna do this, doesn't matter. Then I think, oh, I should at least pin it down. I should at least get this even. So we're gonna pin it down at least. So it's not too janky. it can be a little janky. A little janky's kind of cute in a homemade thing, particularly something like for a puppet. There's a little charm in that. Charm in the homemadeness of something. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want it to at least line up. In the front where it closes, I want it to line up, so let's pin it down and then turn it around and see if it lines up okay. Like, I think that's not going to line up at all. I think this is a longer seam than the other side. It is slightly, so let's see how it works. It's hard to tell because the pins are in the way. Yeah, it's a little bit shorter on that one side. But not by much, and I don't think it's going to be a big deal, especially since once it's on him, I can pin it down in place better, so I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Let's just do it. I'm going to check chat again. I don't gotta name names. Yeah. When I'm multitasking, I have to go back a bit. I don't see hats. Yeah, I don't see hats either. Like, they might wear a hat to an IAS event that I'm not aware of, but I don't remember ever seeing hats. I mean, if they do, it's just for like super formal photos, maybe, because I've never seen them wear hats. I put on streets when I am not trying to be active in chat. Exactly. It moves so fast. Exactly. It's good when I'm multitasking. Streets crap talked me for 10 minutes once because of the Zach We in LA thing, but we talked it out and I respect him a lot. That's cool, because I do know, like, there are a few people that have issues with him, and, you know, that's their thing. I respect him a lot, too. I don't have to name names. I read that. Oh, that's so nice, Ganja. I hate when people are just over someone permanently over one thing. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Streets. He stuck his neck out for a few people that he wasn't happy with, but he saw hope for, and I won't go into any more about that. And I'm not speaking of, again, who you might think I might be. It's one of the side players, maybe. In fact, it is. It's one of the side players. Blah, blah, blah. I'm bummed I don't make time for the meeting today. Oh, you didn't wake in time for the meeting today? Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of people there. I almost missed it. I was busy doing, editing a video, and then Audit posted and pinged me in the post, and it was like 5 till, and I was like, oh shit. If she just did that, she's probably not streaming it, so I should probably stream it, and oh yeah, hey, I have to call in. So I rushed and got on and did it. Last few have woken up like literally 5 minutes or left before it starts. Yep, I've done that. I did that last week and this week once. Finding I do better for some reason if I don't wake all the way. I don't. I don't do better. I need that coffee first. But I know what you mean. With certain things, and you just freeform, and you haven't had the coffee yet, you're less nervous, maybe less stressed. I don't know. You're still in that sleepy mindset. But I tend to stumble my words more when I'm like that. But I am more relaxed about it when I do it. Ganja Girl said, yeah, I like a little jankiness. Yeah, because it's like, if I wanted machine perfect, I'd just buy some factory-made bullshit. Yep. I keep thinking you should give it Ken doll shoes. I was thinking not even to bother with the shoes because I didn't want to do the feet. But you know what? That is an excellent idea. That would save me from having to do feet. Just find little doll shoes for him. That's a great idea. Thank you for the tip. Yeah. Tiny fellettes. Yeah, I like tiny fellettes too. Hey, Traveltology's here. Good morning. It's early for you. Let's see. For Traveltology, it is about, what, 4 in the morning or something? 5 in the morning? I have to do the math. Yeah, it's like almost 5 in the morning, I think, for Traveltology. What are you doing up so early? You should be sleeping still. You are an early riser. So you asked what we're doing, and I didn't answer that part. I am doing a Sea Org vest. I obviously have to figure out this neck hole, and I have to seam the arms, seam the front placket, and I'm doing the bottom seam right now. But it's for my like a little Sea Org puppet because I want to do a Winter Wonderland sketch. I don't have a joke yet, though, Traveltology. I need a joke in it, at least. So if you have something funny or clever, that would be really, really appreciated, because I don't know yet. That's part of the reason I've been dragging my feet on doing this. It's like I don't have it figured out yet. But, you know, you don't have to have it all figured out to have it ready. So I'm getting them ready. And a lot of times I find with some of these puppet sketches I do, I don't have it all figured out until I have it all ready and I'm actually filming it and I'm dedicating time to work through a few dialogue and lines. That's when I figure out my joke sometimes. So I'm like, get off your ass and stop dragging your feet and get the damn thing done. I've only been promising it since last December. So I'm trying to get the damn thing done. So that's where we're at. And I wasn't doing it. If I wasn't live streaming this, I would be watching someone stream while editing a video, or, you know, wouldn't even be doing the knitting tonight. I just wasn't in the mood for it. So I was like, if I do a stream, I might actually get something done. I need to get done, like this puppet, or I might actually get some knitting done I need to get done. So I decided to go with the Godinez, because Winter Wonderland is fast approaching. And I want to do a Winter Wonderland sketch, especially since I've been doing the call-ins and I've been calling them out for the Winter Wonderland bullshit. So I think it's only appropriate I finally do this damn thing I've been promising to do for a year. Almost a year, not quite. It was December of last year I started that puppet. Well, I had to order some things, so I ordered those in like late November maybe, but I've been working on this puppet since December. Oh, I'm not where I thought I was. This is, I'm like, why isn't this pulling through? It's like, because that's the pin, not the needle, or dumb shit. $6:38. Oh, so I was an hour off. I was thinking it was earlier, but it's still really early for you. All right, I'm out of thread, and I made it to the end, and I'll want to pull that in after I see it on him anyway. So let's get a new one. You know, I'm not even going to bother changing out to gray thread for this section. You know, as soon as I say shit like that, then I think, yeah, you have to. You gotta have it matching thread so it's doesn't look so janky. But I think, oh, I don't have to do that. I can take a shortcut there because it's in the back. No one's gonna see the back of the puppet. because I don't want them to see the stick in the back. But that doesn't mean I can't move the body and it might be visible, so I'm just gonna do it. I have gray thread, so why not do it right? It'll bother me that it's not right, maybe. I think no, but that's what I'm thinking now because I don't want to have to do it. But if I have to change out the thread anyway, because this one's too short to sew with anymore, I might as well change it out to the light gray for that small section. Because I got it right here. I got gray right here. It's not like I'm running out to buy something. I've got it. Blah, blah, blah. What is being said? Ooh, sparkly purple toenails. I want sparkly purple toenails. Okay, where is it? Oh, I know. Celebrating Christmas is the damn joke. It's like they don't believe in Christ. And yet you have Christmas tree and Santa? I can understand if you had your own religious thing, if you had like a Xenu doll and like a big orb or something. And you're like, this is our way. We celebrate winter. But they don't even have a winter holiday, for one thing. Their closest thing to a holiday at all is Founders Day or Sea Org Day. Sea Org Day is in the summer, I think in August or July. I don't remember now. And Founders Day is what, March 16th? March 13th? I think it's March 13th. Okay. We are holding you accountable so you can get it done. Exactly. It works for me, at least, Ganja Girl. It's like a mental thing that gets me doing the damn thing. Maybe do a sketch of him calling in and defend. Ganja, that would be funny. I have to do just a Winter Wonderland thing, but that would be really funny. Well, I could do one of Xenu calling in, my Xenu puppet, and then do one of the Sea Org guy calling in. I love the way you think, Ganja. I really like that. I might do that. Taking today off from being a functioning human. Oh, Sky, we all need days like that once in a while. I only left the house for a pedicure, foot massage. And anchovy pizza. That sounds great. I am one of the weirdos like you, Sky, that actually likes anchovy pizza. I love anchovies on a pizza. Sparkly purple toenails too. I love purple and sparkly purple toenails. I don't bother, like my nails are filthy right now. I don't bother buying expensive manicures all that often. But at Christmas, I usually get it like, I don't know, mid-month or beginning of the month so that I could have a sparkly nail polish through New Year's. So I'll usually get like a sparkly red or a silver or a white sparkly, but I like to do the sparkly in December. But for toenails, you can do bright colors or sparkly any time of the year, for sure. Winter Wonderland joke. If a Sea Org member thinks Jesus is a shade above clear, what do they think of Santa? I can get you a very rude joke. Santa fits in with kids. Oh, yeah, I don't want it too rude. Just because of it being a puppet skit. I wanted at least PG-13. Just because sometimes the puppet sketch gets me a younger audience. So, I mean, usually, my channel is 18 and over. But even, like, I don't know, you know, how many 18-year-olds lie when they're, or how many 12-year-olds lie and say they're 18 to watch older sketches and stuff. So the fact that it's a puppet sketch tends to draw a younger audience. So, like, when I was doing the puppet sketches only, my main audience was like 18 to 24, believe it or not. And then the next biggest group was 24 to 34. But since I stopped doing the puppets and I've been focusing more on the Scientology, that's flipped. And now I have a lot more male viewership too. But yeah, it tends to draw in younger audiences. So I want to be respectful or mindful of that, I guess is a better word to say it. And then you should change to gray. Yeah, well, I agreed with you. I did. I was trying to cheap out or be lazy or whatever you want to say. Love that Skyfire. Wait, is that a lab boo boo? I see on the right a la boo boo. Is that what this is called? Oh, he's not charged. It's a Lafetti. It's a Lafetti, and I named him Pancake. Well, actually, I didn't. My kids named him Pancake. I don't know if it's because you can flatten him like a pancake or why they named him Pancake, but that's his name is Pancake. He needs to be charged. Oh, he came on. He comes on when you squish him or drop him or do that, but he's not charged right now. But he's a light, a little glow light. Is that what you were talking about? Little boo-boo? Cool big eyes, anchovy and pineapple. Yum! Never have to share. See, you would have to share with me, Sky, because I would eat that. Only do the petty because I work on my feet and the massage helps. Yeah. I don't believe the demographic stats. I kept saying my audience was 100% female. Yeah, I had a lot of, a higher percentage of female at one point, but now I have a higher percentage of male. Which I mentioned to someone, I'm like, that kind of makes me nervous. It's like all the people in my chat are pretty much women, and yet it says I have a higher male viewership. That's weird. But then tonight when I got on, it was all guys. So I'm like, okay, I guess that tracks. Gotcha. Because I'm like, I'm doing knitting stream and puppets, and I only ever see women. But now I do have a number of guys that show up every time, like Big Chief, Bill, No Face. I have Peter. I do have a number of guys that show up. I'm talking about the thing with the big eyes behind that, the doll with the purpley top. Oh, I don't know what she is. Yeah, let's see. Can I get it down without like being on camera? I think so. I have, well, where did he go? I have the little gnome roamer, right? And someone was saying, oh, well, since you're in California and at the beach so much, you need to get him a dune buggy. So I was like, well, I'm definitely not going to go out and buy anything legit. But next time I go into a certain neighborhood, I'll check out the thrift store that's there. So I bought this little packet of little toys just to get this little beach buggy. At least I felt it looked enough like a beach buggy. I thought about spray painting it. And then I was like, no, it's fine as is. And she came with that. So everything else in the bag, I donated back to the thrift store. But I kept her to be a little companion for Gnome Roamer. And I did shoot it at the beach, but I never did anything with that video. So is that the Labubu? Curious which people think I am since someone got rude about not knowing in one chat. F them. Who gives a shit what they think? I like things with big eyes or creepy eyes, so I was drawn into the doll because of the eyes. Yeah. Yeah, it's, there's a cuteness factor. It's like scientifically proven that we genetically have a tendency to like things with big eyes, which makes sense. Babies have big eyes, right? Babies are cute to everyone. Everyone, even if it's an ugly baby, quote unquote ugly baby, we are still like, oh, but they're so cute. And the big eyes is part of that. We're just genetically predisposed to like babies, and babies have big eyes. And yep. Anyway, she doesn't have a name. She's just Gnome Roamer's little friend in San Diego, and he's here. He's not really here though, guys. You don't see him here. Because Gnome Roamer is actually in Australia with Fila right now. She's supposed to be mailing him out really soon. He's been with her for months, but you know, people get busy, and I didn't keep after her about it. And finally, I sent her an email a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey, it's time for him to move along. He's been overstaying his welcome in Australia. So he's in Australia. This is the backup gnome in case something happens to the original gnome. And so I can do some filming. Oh, fuck. I just realized something. I have my P.O. box on there, but I no longer have that P.O. box anymore. So that means the original gnome roamer has that on there too. So yeah, this isn't the original gnome roamer. He's a backup gnome in case the other one gets lost in the mail or in case I need to do filming or something with him. So we got a backup gnome living his best life over with his San Diego girlfriend. I thought I threaded the needle, or did I just drop it? Or did I not get it threaded yet? I don't know where it is. Where the hell did I put that needle? I've got the pins here. Stick them in there, but where did I drop the needle? So busy chatting, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. I made cookies. You guys missed that. Not that I made them on camera, but I've been eating them. I've been eating them on camera. I made chocolate chip. Yeah, those are just pins. Where's the damn needle? I probably dropped it. Oh, I did. Here it is. Ta-da! I do have it, which is good. Yeah, Amy M was saying gluten-free cookies suck, so I was thinking I should do a thing of gluten-free cookies, because I'm like, yes, the store-bought gluten-free cookies are usually hard, crumbly crap, and yes, they do suck, but you can make really good gluten-free cookies. Like these, for instance. This is just the chocolate chip recipe for Ghirardelli chocolate on the back of the bag, but instead of using flour, I use cocoa powder, and they are delicious. So it's Ghirardelli chocolate and Ghirardelli cocoa powder with walnuts, so chocolate chips, and that's freaking delicious. It's when you try to use the gluten-free flour and do certain recipes improperly with that, or you buy the store-bought gluten-free cookies. Yes, those are crap. She's not wrong. But certain cookies are really good gluten-free. Just people don't necessarily know they're gluten-free. Like those peanut butter chocolate cookies or the peanut butter cookies, those are gluten-free. Those are good. They're just naturally gluten-free, and people don't think of them because they didn't specifically use gluten-free flour. They don't think of them as gluten-free. But those peanut butter cookies, you can make those without any flour. And same with chocolate cookies. You can make chocolate cookies like an Oreo cookie. You don't need flour to make those. You just need cocoa powder. And they're delicious. So, not all gluten-free cookies are crap. Depends on the cookie. Yeah, these are really good. I'm going to eat more of it. I used to think she's creepy, but she's grown on me. I have to back up. That's a Bratz baby. I have a googly that belonged to my ex's grandma's that used to take, that I need to take to my care. I have a bookshelf dedicated to figures, cookie jars, and dolls with big eyes or creepy eyes. Oh, that's cool, Ganja. I used to think she was creepy, but she's grown on me. I got a bit of cookie in my throat. She was owned by a smoker, so she's not valuable, but it's neat to have a doll from a great-great-grandma. That is neat to have a doll from a great-great-grandma. And just one great would have been amazing, but two greats? That's like unheard of. They usually don't last that long. I rewound to find the needle unthreaded, but it looks like you found it already. Aw, that's sweet. That's sweet. That's funny you did that. Yeah, I dropped it when I went to chat. I like probably put it here or something and it rolled off the desk. You know, who was it that said, was it you, Sky, that said it was your great great grandma's doll? There is ways to clean some of those things sometimes. If you know someone who's done any sort of antique restoration or worked in a toy store or something that worked with antique toys, sometimes there is ways to clean them. But you want to be super careful and know what you're doing to do that. So sometimes it's better to leave them dirty. But there are ways. I'm trying to think of. It would depend on what the doll is made out of, what would be the best way. But you could look it up and maybe figure it out. Less is more a lot of times with things like that. Like, you don't want to just throw it in the wash, obviously. You want to do something really non-invasive and simple. A good way to get out the smoking smell, if it smells of smoke, is to put it in your freezer. That won't be damaging to most. Again, you want to look it up. I don't know what the material is, but that's a way to get out the smoking smell. Put it in a bag with baking soda and then put it in your freezer for a couple weeks. I know the freezer trick works good with getting smoking smell out of yarn, and baking soda is also good with that. But again, I don't know the material, and you might not want to have it exposed to baking soda. It might not survive freezing. I don't know. It's like you don't know what you don't know, so don't take my word on that. And it might not be the smoking smell you're worried about. It might be the tar, and that can be a huge obstacle. I got a beautiful sewing cabinet once that had been in a really heavy smoker's house for decades, and I was able to get that, excuse me, I was able to get that clean, but I did reupholster it. I got rid of the old material that was on it. Yeah, I'm not sewing this straight at all, but it'll be fine. At least it's gray. If it was blue and I wasn't sewing it straight, it'd be looking really janky and I'd be pissed off about it. But yeah, you want to do the least invasive thing possible. Even if you're saying it's unvalued now because of the smokers thing, you still don't want to possibly do further damage. And sometimes you can bring back some value if you're able to undo some of the damage, such as cigarette smoke will do to it. But yeah, it's the tar residue. Usually not the actual smell that's the problem. And since you already think of it as having been devalued, that gives you a little bit of leeway to be less meticulous and careful about it. Be like, you know what, I can replace this. Like, I'm not saying you need to or want to or would, but I can replace this one thing because it'll keep the rest of it together more, and it's okay to let this one thing go since it's already been devalued, if that makes any sense. What they call that a sympathetic restoration. You're not completely restoring it because you still want it to be vintage, you still want it to look old, you still want it to have the charm of being your great grandma's. You don't want to just, oh, I'm getting into the blue now. If I stitch another stitch, I'm glad I thought of that. You don't want it to be new. You don't want it to be anything less, but sometimes in order to salvage it, to keep it from deteriorating further, sometimes you have to do a sympathetic restoration to it. I gotta take a sip. I still have cookie in my throat. tickling my throat. There we go. But yeah, sometimes if it's an antique, it doesn't mean it's valuable. And if there's lots of them out there, and it's like if you feel like you want to do a restoration on it, go ahead and do it. It's yours. It's better to use it and enjoy it. But even in that case, I would want to do a sympathetic restoration. Like I restored this writing box, but I didn't want it new. If I wanted new, I'd go out and buy a freaking wooden box. I wanted the vintage. I wanted the antique. So I did a sympathetic restoration to it. I cleaned it up. I replaced the old felt because it was disintegrated and falling apart. But again, I didn't want it to look new. So I just did the bare minimum to it. I didn't do anything to the finish. Could have sanded the whole thing down, refinished it. It would look gorgeous, but it would look new. I don't want it to look new. So I just used like it's a beeswax and orange oil treatment on it to just clean it really good and bring back the shine. I didn't want it new. I want it to still look like an antique and still look old. So we're getting there. I don't know why I'm putting it on him again. I'm just procrastinating. I just want to see the length on him. It's still a little long, but that's okay. Better a little long than a little short and show his white shirt too much underneath. And it still looks pretty big, but I still have to fold this under and seam it in the front too. Yeah. And then of course the arms still look janky, and the collar I'll probably fold under to make it a V-neck sort of deal. So I still have that to do. And then it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just gonna be for a puppet sketch, but it's coming along. Like I bought this antique dresser, and honestly, I think a lot of people would have just sandpapered the whole thing down and refinished it. Probably would have made it look so much nicer. But if I wanted that, why wouldn't I just buy a new one? I didn't want that. I'm looking for my blue thread. I just have that on a little bobbin. I didn't want that. I wanted the antique look. I really like old things and antiques. So I did the same thing on that, where I just cleaned it really good with an orange oil and went over the whole thing with orange oil, and then let that soak in and set for a long time. And when last time I went back and cleaned it, I used that bee pollen. I mean, I keep saying bee pollen. Beeswax and orange oil. I'm trying to thread my needle and talk at the same time. It's impossible, so I'm stopping to thread the needle. Something feed and wax. Here, I'll show you. Not that you asked or cared, not like you're refinishing your doll with wood oil, but it's what I recommend doing on antiques rather than trying to refinish them. And I couldn't remember the name. I wanted to say Thompson's, and it's not Thompson's, it's Howard. Howard's Feed and Wax. It's orange oil and beeswax. This is excellent on antiques to restore them, restore the finish without having to sand the whole thing back. And it's just usually the dust and dirt needs to be cleaned out, and you don't want to just strip it. And then the wood is so dry here, particularly being desert, that they just need, the wood needs a good treatment. And that's enough to bring back the finish and make it look amazing again. And people just think, oh, I gotta strip this whole thing. It's like, no, you don't. You just need to really clean it gently and well with something like this, or with just straight orange oil. And that'll be everything you need it to be. It'll bring back the finish. It'll clean it. It'll condition the wood so it lasts better. But yeah, it's like I like antiques. If I wanted new, I'd go out and buy new. So shout out to Howard's Feed and Wax. Uh, let's see, what is she saying? LOL surprise. So the googly doesn't stink. She's porcelain. She's just not valuable, and she belonged to my ex's great-grandma. Oh. If I wanted to restore her, we would have to go to a doll hospital. She's jointed, so they would have to take her apart to replace the elastic. Oh, okay. She's more valuable as an emotional heirloom. Yeah, she's probably got lead paint. Anyway, I threw away the nasty, non-original clothes years ago. Yeah, if they weren't original and they're gross, that was a good call. I've done a fair amount of restoring things. I used to work, well, I'm giving away too much information. I used to work at a museum, though. And I did artifact restoration, artifact cleaning, artifact repairs. But that was before I had the squirrels. I worked in museums for many years, but when you work for a nonprofit, you get a nonprofit salary with that. So unless you're going to marry and have someone who has a really good job, it's like not sustainable to have that kind of low income. I mean, it's fine if you're just on your own, but once you have kids, I'm sorry, nonprofit salary just didn't cut it for me anymore. I had a kid to support. I was a single mom. So I went to work for the Navy. But before that, my field was museums. I worked at a number of different museums. And I loved it. I really did. But I loved my kid more. So, nonprofit salary just didn't cut it anymore. I had to have a real job. So yeah, I worked for the government for quite a while, up until my seizure disorder got to the point where they told me I was a liability, and just didn't renew my contract because they said I was too sick to be working. But I was going to keep trying. I had a kid. I needed a job, you know? So I kept trying, but I was getting sicker and sicker and less effective at my job, and I was having seizures at work. So they finally pulled me aside and said, you need to stop, and we are not going to employ you anymore. So it is what it is. It was hard to hear, but honestly, I would have just kept going till I collapsed probably. So it was good someone pulled me aside and said, look, you cannot do this anymore. So now I am just on disability, which was a really hard hurdle to get through because, you know, you have to fight for disability and it takes years. So it was years without income. So I pretty much lost anything I had gained before that. But I managed to still do the best I could for my kid, and that was what was important for me. My squirrels. And yeah, I'm giving away far too much information, but I'm going to private the stream So if anyone wants this info, you better be taking notes or screenshotting or recording now because it's not staying up. This is just me chatting with some friends. I've worked in a lot of different types of museums too, but I won't go into specifics about that. I miss it. I really liked working at museums. But again, I like my kids more. Because at the end of the day, as much as I liked it, it was just a job. I think I'm doing a shitty job of this. Because, yeah, I wasn't thinking. I'm showing all the long stitches on front because of the way I was sewing that. I wasn't very thoughtful about that. I'm going to pull that back out, I think. Well, I won't pull it all back out. What I'll do is when I do the other side, I'll do a better job, and then I'll have the vest close over that side. Does that make sense? Because, you know, one side overlaps the other. So I think it'll be fine. I'm just gonna finish. Or else it'll be another year before Fat Grammy gets to see my Winter Wonderland God Inez puppet sketch. But yeah, I wasn't being mindful of doing it because this is the way I was doing it for the seams, but the seams like here don't show. They're completely on the inside of the garment. Wasn't thinking about this being front facing part of it being the vest placket or whatever you want to call it. Oh, Laura's here. I'm like rambling on mindlessly, giving away way too much personal shit, Laura. But I do this sometimes at night and then I private them. It's just hanging out with friends. And I've been putting off doing this damn puppet for so long, Laura, that I just like, if I do a stream, it kind of like forces my hand and makes me do the damn thing. So that's what I'm doing. I'll show you the puppet. You probably haven't seen it. But it's supposed to be a Sea Org member, aka Godinez, because last Christmas, you know, it was around this time, it was like a year ago, where his two daughters tried to escape. And then he was like, oh, I'm not a Scientologist. Meanwhile, he's walking from blue building to blue building with course books under his arms. His daughters literally escaped from a Scientology building, but he's not a Scientologist. Anyway, I'll show you the puppet. And then a week later, he's fucking, excuse the language, he's fucking working at Winter Wonderland. Oh, but he's not a Scientologist. So it's a Godinez inspired puppet, aka generic Sea Org member. It's not specifically Godinez, it's just Godinez inspired. So I've been working on him forever, and or more like it, not working on him and him sitting on my desk forever. And the only thing really I needed to do was make the damn Sea Org vest. So I'm working on that tonight. I still have to sew the arms, I have to sew the V-neck, I have to sew the other side of the placket for the vest. But that is essentially my little Sea Org member. And he's got his collar tucked in here. I gotta fix that. But the thing I like about him best, Lara, well, besides the fact he's a Pinocchio, because since, you know, he lied so much, I'm not a Scientologist, so I made him a Pinocchio puppet. But one of the things I like about him best, it's hard to hold him in front of the damn camera the way I have this. So the thing I like about him best is his hair, and it's not even going to be really showable, but I like his little comb over. He's got a comb over and a bald spot, just like Godinez, which is like really funny to me, and I love it. I think it's adorable. But you're not even going to see that in a puppet sketch. And I don't really have a joke picked out for him yet, but I've been talking about. I promised him to be done last Christmas to Fat Grammy, and I never got around to finishing him. But I'm like, okay, it's hard to hold him up straight because of the puppet stick and the way this tripod is here. But yeah, I promised him like a year ago to Fat Grammy. Let's see if I can hold it with my leg a little bit better. So yeah, that's my Godinez puppet. And he's gonna be like, I'm not a Scientologist. And basically just like, they're told they can lie, steal, cheat, do whatever. It's okay because they're doing it for the betterment of all humanity. So, yeah, he's my lying Sea Org member. And I don't have a joke for him, Laura. Maybe you can help me come up with a good joke for him. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to finish his vest. I figure if I finish the vest and start playing around with him, filming with him, the joke will come. I just need to get it done. Just need to get the damn thing done. Let me read chat and see what I've missed. It's awesome. Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure if you were still here because I wasn't sure how long ago you wrote that. Yeah, there is value in both types because, you know, if you're not going to use it, then what's the value in that? So sometimes you don't want to do anything to it. Sometimes you do want to do quite a bit of work if that's, especially if it's not a particularly valuable piece and that's the way you're going to find the most value out of using it, then yeah. And like that, like that's not particularly valuable. So I could have done whatever I wanted with that. And like there's a dime a dozen. There's lots of those you can pick up that are in far better condition and far more valuable pieces. But I wanted it to look antique-y still. But yeah, there's definitely value in both things. But I didn't want a big project of restoring wood. I just wanted it cleaned up and looking antique-y still. Let's see, where am I? Lead paint, read that. Offspring got their love of dolls from me. I could never use furniture wax. I can't help but pick at stuff. I see value in both. Yep, we said that. Hi, Laura, said that. Worked all day cleaning like crazy in a swamp. Returned for editing and filming. In a swap. Oh, that's cool. Editing and filming. Not money, but at least art is being paid for a show? Is that what you're saying? For somehow? I don't know. LOL, your puppet. Know that there's foundations. I can help him. You know what? I should make sure he knows that, Sky. Thank you. That's really funny, Sky. That's funny. You guys crack me up. So yeah. It's like I've been procrastinating doing them forever, Laura, and I thought, well, if I force my hand and do it on a stream, I'll actually do the damn thing, but I'm just gonna private this after. Because that's all this is about, is just me being bored and lonely and like the shit I need to do, and I'll feel better once I get some of this shit done. So it's like, come on, just do the damn thing. Do the damn thing and get it done. Laura, you've been amazing. You've done such a great job. You're getting good at it. I mean, you know, you've always been good at like speaking from your heart and conveying how you feel and your emotions. But now that you've had like a lot of practice at those public works meetings, you're able to control the anger a little better. You get it out and you yell and you let them know you're hurt and do it, but you're able to dial it back when you need to and you feel like the audience would be more receptive that way. And you stick to the facts maybe more. I don't know. It's just more polished, is the only way I can think to explain it. But you've been doing amazing. It's been really great to see your growth. I think Audit LA has been a good grounding effect on you. I really liked, what was it, 2 weeks ago, that Wednesday. I think it was 2 weeks ago, Wednesday, yeah, when you guys went to the, or was it a week ago? It was when your friend was there and you guys went to the police station, or was that the same day? I think so. And you were triggered and rightfully upset, and the cop was being a jackass to you, and so you reacted uh, appropriately, but and he was being a prick, and Audit was able to turn to you or turn to him and say, hey, this is a person with PTSD, this is a victim, this is someone suffering and hurting, and you're not de-escalating, you're not helping her, you're making it worse. And so he dialed it back just a notch, and then when he was away, she was able to say to you, okay, yeah, he's handling it wrong, but he is trying to help you. Maybe dial it back a notch yourself. And she kind of mediated between you and the police. And then, like, after that, you and the police were able to turn to each other with a more respectful tone, maybe, or a more relatable tone, so that your voices could be heard better. And it just worked out. And I see little things she does like that that really make a difference. And really appreciated you've learned from that. Yeah, you are. You're getting really good at it. It's not easy. We want to hear that emotion because that emotion pulls at heartstrings. That emotion is valid. That anger and that fire is a beautiful thing. But you have to know, like, how much to use sometimes for different ears. Like, it's one thing to do that at the police station, game on. But then for some of these volunteer committees, sometimes you want to dial it back just a smidge so that they're not like overwhelmed, because these are like just kind people volunteering hours. Anyway, there's no right and wrong answers, because your feelings are completely valid and your anger and your upset is completely valid, and whatever you need to do to get it out, I am there for it. But I'm just saying, sometimes you use different approaches with different people, and I think that's been really good to see, that when it's like, I mean, you can't control your emotions 100%. Sometimes you're just going to be on fire, and I'm here for the fire too, because it breaks my heart and I understand where it's coming from, but these other people maybe don't sometimes. And I think you've been doing a really amazing job at trying to, like, balance that. Like, let them feel a little bit of that emotion and a little of that fire, especially as you get further into how you're speaking. But you've been starting out with the, hello, President, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for, you start off with that. And then as you're going, you let some of that fire and some of that hurt come out so they can feel like, oh, this is a sweet, nice, respectful woman, and look at this pain she's going through. Look at this anger she has. There's some validity there. But sometimes when not you specifically, but when people start off with just all of that, the other person just shuts their ears off, and like they like put a barrier around themselves, because it's just like too much. It's so, because you have so much pain and overwhelming upset, that's people tune it out sometimes. So I think when you start off with the, hello, President Kane, thank you for, and then you're like, then you get going. I really think you open the ears up and get them to listen to you first, and then they hear, oh, this is a kind person. She's just coming from a place of severe pain. And so it registers, it connects better, instead of them just thinking, who's this angry psychopath? I don't know. That's just my take on it. And I'm just as fucked up and wrong as everyone else is from time to time. But that's kind of been my read on how they've been receiving you. I think you're getting through to them in ways that are pretty effective that wasn't always obtainable previously. I don't know. You're just getting better at it. I don't know. You're what you're saying is more poignant and concise, maybe too, and more to the point. I don't know. I can't really. I'm probably saying it all wrong and pissing you off or offending you, but that's again just my take on it. And it's been lovely to see how effective you've become at talking to these people because, you know, these people are completely ignorant to any of this bullshit or mostly ignorant to any of the real bullshit. And if you're just like come in too hot, they close off. They just seem to shut down. But if you win them over a little first and then let them see, look, this is how upsetting this is. This is how upset I am. I think they're more receptive to hear it. I don't know. I was receptive to hear it however you wanted to deliver it because I understood what's going on there and how upset you were and how rightfully you have to be upset about it. But a lot of these people they're just ignorant, you know, they don't know. They don't know. And you're letting them know, and it's been really great. All right. I'm saying way too much. I'm probably pissing people off now. Audit's so great. She's been so supportive of everybody. I love how she's supporting you so much right now. And she's been really supportive of me. I know I'm nothing in this scheme of things, but she's been very encouraging and supportive of me. Doing a better job sewing this side, guys, so that I'm just getting like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but like virtually invisible seam on the front, like if I was doing a hemming pants, because this side I wasn't thinking and I was just chatting away and I did a shaky ass stitch because that's what I did for these, but these are completely hidden. So I'm doing a really neat hem stitch on this side so that the vest will just fold over on that side, so you'll only see the neat seam. I'm gonna get off of here, guys. I'm embarrassing myself. I'm saying way too much shit. And I gotta figure out this collar, which isn't going to happen tonight. And then I have to do these armholes. But it's well underway, guys. I will finally get my Winter Wonderland sketch this year with my Godinez puppet. It's only taken me a year of procrastinating. Ugh, let's get his vest on right and his collar on right so you can see it a little bit better. So we're getting the damn thing done finally, but it's getting late. It's 10:30 and I've been on here like 2 hours, so I am gonna go. Thanks for stopping in, Sky and Ganja Girl and Lara. And gosh, who else was here? Sia Belf was here. Sharon was here. Tommy was here. I'm missing someone. Adam was here. Lara. Sky. I don't know. I think I've said everyone. There was someone else though. Another guy. Who am I forgetting? It wasn't Peter. Oh, it was Jamie Jamie Pimentel from New York. Anyways, thanks guys. Thanks for stopping in and listening to me yammer on for hours and watch me eat my cookies. I will probably not see you tomorrow. I don't know. Tomorrow there's no call-in and the beach is contaminated, so I won't be going out for a swim. Traveltology was here. How could I forget that? Yeah. Good night, good morning, Traveltology. Good night to everyone else. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye.